Hello everybody, Cooper here, and welcome back to another episode of my AFL 26 Management Career Mode here with Port Adelaide. Today we're in the AFLW and it's round 2. We're going up against the Swans in Sydney, and they lost to the Suns, I believe, in round 1. So they're currently, I think, 5th from bottom, and we absolutely smoked Geelong in round 1. We're going to be trying to get to 2-0 to start the year today. And out come the Swannies. They're looking very, very up for the fight here today. Not much on the banner in terms of fighting words here, just a big old swan. I was hoping for some mean words, but absolutely nothing. We're going to call heads on the toss. Let's see how we go in the middle of the ground. Sydney have won the toss. What are they going to decide to do? They're going to kick to the left. And there doesn't appear to be a lot of wind in today's game, so hopefully that shouldn't affect us too much as the Swans get a very early clearance out of the middle of the ground. Now in the hands of Grundon at centre half forward, kicking down the line. Ball's out the back, we're running onto it, trying to lay a tackle. We do, it's a high tackle in the forward pocket. And Privatelli is going to have a set shot on the game to get it started. Going with the right foot check side. Let's see how she goes. Absolutely nails it. The Swans get the first inside a minute. I've also made the quarters slightly shorter compared to the last AFLW game that I did play. The Swans just absolutely killing it out of the middle at the moment. So if the game and the episode in general is going to be a little bit shorter, I do apologize in advance. We finally get boot to ball and hopefully we can take a mark here. We can't. McCarthy, great hands by Sydney. Going to be kicking wide. Now in the hands of Beraldson. Down to full forward. Simmons is there in the contest. She takes a very nice mark. We're sort of struggling early to get sort of hands on the ball in the contest. So let's just try and play a bit of an uncontested game. I think that is going to work in our favor. Nothing really offering. So we're going to go down the line. We take a good mark via Piper window. Kick 6 in the opening round. Now we got Tahau. Ball goes to ground. Good tackle. And that is holding the ball. One of our objectives is to get 8 free kicks on today's game. I'm going to be lining up for our first set shot of the day. Indy Tahau had a good game against Geelong. Puts through Port Adelaide's first. Ball cleared out of half back. Trying to take the mark. Here we do. Ewings does a fantastic job. Now, I'm still actually unable to do a squad selection before an AFLW game, so it is a little bit of annoying. I can't pick my best 22, although it may just be automatically picking that. So there's not a lot I can do about that. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the offseason when I do some recruiting. Big fly there from that Swans player. I didn't see who it was. Short kick to the pocket. Now in the hands of Grundon. Back down to full forward. Great hands from behind by Simmons. Ball now at half forward for us. Great hands from Mules. We've got players inside forward 50. Let's go deep to Towel once again. She's got a body on her and she takes another really good contested mark. Obviously did that really good tackle early on, lining up for a second. 6.5 minutes gone in the first quarter. She puts it through. We get the first lead for us of the day. Trying to win the ball out of the middle, but we just can't get clearances from stoppages right now. We're doing really well transitioning the ball forward from the back 50, but when we're trying to win the ball out of the middle, we are just really struggling right now. Great hands at forward. It's Tahau once again. Kicking towards Tiku, and I think that's Piper down there. Ball goes loose. We get a free kick again inside forward 50. And this time it's Justine Mills going to be lining up for her first of the day. Just going to be aiming just outside that right goalpost. Hopefully, I mean, there's not a lot of wind on today's game, but that is really nicely struck. We have 3 straight, and it's a 2-goal game. Can't win it again out of the middle. Just really, really struggling right now. Swans pushing forward now. There's a couple of players back there. Great hands by Simmons once again. We'll go down the line. We've got players running wide to Howe. Can't get there. Great hands over the top though. Quick kick forward. Sort of kicking to the half forward flank. Nobody's home though. Handball over the top. Great hands. We're running into an open goal. We may need one more handball. Well done. Can't get boot to ball, unfortunately. Ball's at half forward. We take the grab. Matilda Schultz, I should say, had a really good game against Geelong. And it's a rush behind. We force the turnover outside our forward 50. Kicking deep. Goody. Great hands. Gonna go around the body for this one. Shania Goody. Great snap. We have a fourth, and it's a 19-point game. The Swans really struggling in the last couple of minutes. Finally getting some movement out of the middle of the ground. Ball to full forward. And Piper Window takes a really good mark. Going to be lining up for her first of the day. She kicked 5 goals 6 or 6 goals 6 in the game up against Geelong in round 1. A little bit to the left, but it is a goal. We have 5 straight. We've also taken Matilda Schultz out of the ruck. We've put her in the forward line, so hopefully Tickle can have a bit more of an impact inside the ruck. Here we go, clearing the ball here. Down to full forward. To Howe. Again, great hands. And for an early 5-goal lead inside the first quarter, for a third first quarter goal for Indy to Howe. She's done it. Swans pushing forward now. Going back in. Jeez. Just got absolutely crushed in that pack. Holly Cooper only got the 1 mark on the day so far to get one back for the Swans. She puts it through. A lot of goals in this first quarter. Forward entry now to Howe. Another great mark. There's 15 minutes gone in the quarter. I'm pretty sure it's 15-minute quarters in the AFLW rather than the 20-odd that you get in the AFL. So we may as well have a crack. I'm not sure about the distance is the only thing, but it's a long ball. What a kick. And there is the quarter time siren. So 7 goals in the first quarter for us. Just the 2 for the Swans. We've been very, very dominant early in this first quarter. And Indy to Howe, what a performance so far. 4 marks, 4 goals from her 6 disposals. And Hurley for the Swans, I believe she's a midfielder, has the 7 kicks as well. Siren has gone to indicate the start of the second quarter. Laura Gardner has a dislocated finger. I can't remember if she's one of ours or not. We'll have to look into that in a minute. Just trying to handball the ball forward. Too many options. And we're just stuffing around with it a little bit too much. Handball over the top. Players running onto it. Can we get boot to ball? No, we can't, unfortunately. But we might get the mark here. Oh, it's chaos football right now. And we get the mark via Maddie Brooksby. We'll go down the line. There's 2 players out. Tickle's one of them. And she takes a really strong contested mark to get the first of the second quarter. Hopefully we can sneak this one back. We start it wide. We've got 8. Swans pushing forward once again. Great fist from behind. Forward entry for the Swans. And McCarthy takes a really strong mark at centre half forward. Pushing further down the line. Grundon's in the contest. And we can't get back to force the drop mark. And now Grundon's been getting a bit of the ball early, but no goals so far on the day. From just on top of the goal square, she puts it through. Finally get a hit out in the middle of the ground. Just trying to get boot to ball quickly. We get dropped. Great tackle by Smith. Pushing forward now. Ends up with Privatelli. They got players over the top. We're trying to get back. We've got a couple of bodies in the area. Ball goes to ground. We turn the ball over. Quick snap on goal by Hurley. She sneaks it in, and the Swans get back-to-back goals. Loose ball at centre half forward. Both teams just scrambling after it. Grundon for 2 in the quarter. Straight over the umpire's hat. And it's way back down to a 19-point game. We get the hit out, but again, we turn the ball over middle of the ground. Good mark by O'Day at halfback. We've got a player sort of by themselves short in the middle of the ground. Doesn't work out. It was Amelia Borg. We can't get the mark, though. Trying to get back. Great hands by Maddie Brooksby. There's a player at centre half forward. I think it's Borg. It is Borg. She takes a good mark. We've got players streaming forward. We just need to find one of them. Stewart takes a good mark. Hasn't seen a lot of it today. Lining up to get another for Port. It's good. So, awkward story. I had to mute my mic and I coughed and I have forgot to turn it back on. So I don't know exactly how much commentary we missed. I don't know what we're going to do with it, but it's unfortunate that this is now the point that we are at. It's a 43-point game. We're 7 goals ahead. We're doing very, very nicely. And Matilda Schultz pushing back from the ruck, collects the ball at centre-half back. Down the line, looking for Kerrick. Can't take the mark. She just kicked a goal. And now Tarrant with the good mark at centre-half back. Quick turnover straight away. Handball over the top. We get another free kick. I'm kind of glad we didn't take the advantage because we have a player out in space. It's Stewart once again. Let's play on. Kick it short. That was dumb. Mules has it at centre-half forward. There's a player just like... That's not who I was aiming for. Kerrick's going to be in the pocket. Needs to take this mark. Brings it to ground. That's in the back. We get another free kick. And it's going to be from directly in front of goal. And I honestly may have shanked this. We'll just have to wait and see how it plays out. It's okay. It's all good. Now a 49-point lead. Ballard's taken a mark on half-time. And... I mean, we could do the standard drop punt, but I mean, halftime barrel's always a lot of fun. So let's just see how we go from basically right on 50. And she's absolutely sunk it, and we're up by 55 points going into halftime. 7 goals to 3 in the quarter. I know we missed a bit of time in the middle of that quarter, so via the score worm, you can sort of see a little bit of how the quarter played out. Obviously not going to be exactly the same, but Tahau didn't really get a lot of it that quarter. Still got the 4 goals. Grundon's got 2, Goody 2, Kerrick 2, and a whole lot of individual goal kickers. Maria Maloney, 11 handballs, only the 1 kick so far. Mules has the 10 disposals. Hurley, 10 kicks for the Swans. No handballs whatsoever, but a very, very interesting game so far. Hopefully the Swans can be a little bit more competitive in the second half. Second half underway, trying to win the ball out of the middle. Can't do a good job. That may be a high tackle, but it's not actually. And what? My adapter for my controller decided to stop working. I'm not really sure what was going on there. Handball over the top, quick kick. Piper window, can't take the mark, but Matilda Schultz does. Going to be spending a bit of time in the square at the start of the quarter. Hopefully we can get a few goals here to get her confidence going, because, I mean, she's not undersized in real life, but in this game, for whatever reason, she's been set to 160 centimeters tall. We get the first of the second half. Winning it out of the middle, just starting to get a few more clearances. Can't get boot to ball. Great tackle by the Swans. And we've got another stoppage in the middle of the ground. Swans win this one, I should say. Pushing forward now in the hands of Bullis. Kicking down the line. Cuthbertson's underneath at the skipper, but Hurley has gotten a lot of the ball so far. Sophia Hurley going to be trying to get one back for the Swans here. And she puts it straight through. 1 goal apiece in the second half, and we're starting to win a bit more ball out of the middle now. Back down to full forward. Matilda Schultz takes a good mark. Gonna just try something here with the right foot. Banana. Not good. Probably a little bit unnecessary, to be perfectly honest, but it's now down to 56 points, and Bogue takes the intercept mark. I might just try out a few little different things. Let's just see how we go with the snaps. As I said, I just want to try out a few different things. Ella Bogue sets it up high, and again, it's no good. At this point in time, I do think the game is well within hand, so I don't see a reason not to just practice, really, because with the AFL side, we've had some really good close games, but we've also had a few games where there's been some seriously big scores that we're seriously drawing a lot of free kicks here, but there's been some really big scores where we've really just, the second half of games ultimately hasn't really been that competitive. So I think this has been a good opportunity to just sort of sit and practice some of the key skills that we will need in order to win a premiership with both the AFL side and the AFLW side, as Cuthbertson takes a good mark at centre-half back. Stoppage inside forward 50 here. It's just been a scrappy couple of minutes. Just trying to find a quick kick on goal. We can't get it. It's holding the ball inside forward 50. And great hands by Dowdrick at centre-half forward. Just coming back. Let's find an injury. O'Day is injured. Now, I do know she is one of ours. We'll need to have a look at that in a minute. Hopefully it's nothing serious, as Teakle takes a good mark inside the pocket. We might just do a drop punt on this one just to try and get a score on the board. We've had a couple of really bad misses in front of goal. Let's just get one. We finally get one. So Ebony O'Day is out for the rest of the game, unfortunately. Hopefully her injury, I should say, isn't going to be too serious, as Ham has the ball at centre-half forward for the Swans. Long ball, Grundon. Actually, it's Bullis. Great hands at the top of the goal square. And the Swans have kicked 6 straight so far on the game. I mean, a chance for 7 straight. Not a bad accomplishment. And I mean, I've really just jinxed the bejesus out of that one, to be perfectly honest. Let's just... What is that? What is that? Absolutely. Now it's Grundon. She's already kicked 2. Definitely been one of the Swans' best today. Going to be going around the body. And that is expertly done by the Swans. Back down to a 56-point game. Swans just starting to win a little bit of ball here, but they turn the ball over. Unfortunately, Privatelli not really finding a target. Ball intercepted by the Swans, and again, we turn the ball over, but we do get it back in some ridiculous fashion. Piper window looking for Ewings. Takes a really good mark. Let's go back and kick the set shot. No goals on today for Ewings, and I don't think this kick is going to get her one. Unfortunately, we just squeeze it in for a behind. It's a bit raggedy out of fullback here by the Swans. We get the ball back, but we turn it over to 2-on-1, and Hamilton, their ruck, takes a good mark. Hard to miss with that red helmet, has to be said. Short little kick to Privatelli. Has been pretty decent today, but also has had a few dud moments. Back pocket, we take the good mark via Maria Maloney. Bit of a wasted opportunity, that one, but we got Jacques in the ruck now. Swans doing a very good job clearing it out of the middle. Just a little bit of a wasted possession there by us. And now Ham has it in the middle of the ground. Siren is imminent. And when the siren is imminent, you just don't do that. You got to kick it long. You don't kick it short. Just really poor game awareness there by the Swans. 2 goals, 3 to us. 2 goals to the Swans. Pretty even quarter, has to be said, but that first half was absolutely brutal from a Swans perspective. Here we go. Last quarter. Let's finish strong and do the power name proud. Short little kick from the Swans out of the middle of the ground. Not really sure what happened there, but it's going down to their forward line now. Well, their full forward line now, and Cuthbertson. I've always had a hard time saying that name. Takes a good mark, and anyway, Mules, we're moving forward now. Kicking forward, Ewings. Ball goes to ground, quick handball forward. One more over the top. Stewart running into goal. Gets pushed at the last minute. Really good last line of defense, defending by the Swans. And now Vale coming out of fullback. Presents short to Collier. Looking up the line, finds Bullis. Doesn't reach her on the full, unfortunately. But now Kennedy has it a halfback. Goody intercepts, does a fantastic job. Let's go deep to full forward. Abby Dowdrick takes a strong mark. 9 disposals so far. Hasn't kicked a goal. Still hasn't, unfortunately. The goal-kicking Blues suddenly kicked in. Ham has it in the back pocket, looking for a target upfield. Only finds Dowdrick. Let's go to full forward. McAvoy and Ewings. Ball goes to ground. Hemp, let's just keep it in field. And we can't, unfortunately. Actually, it technically does keep infield. Maria Maloney with the mark. But probably not the... What on earth was that? What on earth was that? And now the Swans have it halfway up the wing. Fantastic. They're probably waiting for everybody to get back up forward so she has someone to kick to. 5 minutes gone in the fourth. Not a lot of action so far in this fourth quarter. Good tackle in the stoppage. Ball cleared by the Swans. And Brooke, a fantastic mark at centre halfback, I was about to say. Down the line looking for Mules. Great hands, great hands. Piper window over the top. She is one of my favourites. And she's taken the mark. And a low-key, very good game by Piper window so far. 10 disposals, 1 goal so far. Lining up for a second, and she's put it through. No, the Swans pushing forward. And Privatelli takes the mark in front of Cuthbertson. Rebecca Privatelli, just the 3 disposals, although it has seemed like she's been a lot more around the park today. Already has a goal to her name, lining up for a second. Puts it straight through the middle. Ball cleared now. We've got players forward. Great body work by Ballard. Handball over the top. And it's another free kick. I don't want the advantage. Oh my goodness me. I hate that. I really do. Handball over the top. Quick kick. Can't find a target. But we're one free kick away from our objective, which is nice. Get to make a little bit of extra money. Pushing forward now. The Swans try and just find players forward, but they can't. Jacques takes a really good mark in the contest. It's a 2-on-1, and the one actually wins. Really good job, and that is definitely a push in the back. Piper window at centre half forward. Let's just kick down the line. Mules has a few to deal with. Big fly from the Swans. Haven't been able to hang on to those speckies today. There's been a few really big flies, but not a lot of big marks. As Tiku once again intercepting the ball. Let's see what options present. We'll go short. Now in the hands of Schultz. Now she can kick a ball. 7 disposals, 1 goal so far. It's going to be a long, long kick. We've set it up just outside the behind post, so it may not be the most accurate ball, and unfortunately it's behind. But positively, it's now an even 10-goal lead as the Swans play on very quickly from their defensive half. Maloney, again, another intercepted ball down the line. It's a 2-on-1, and Bogue does a fantastic job. Ella Bogue, 17 disposals, getting a lot of it today. But no goals to her name. Only the 3 marks, though, which is quite interesting. But a fantastic kick. Back out to an 11-goal game. In the dying minutes of the last quarter here. Let's just see if we can get a few more goals and even get that last free kick as one of our objectives. Short kick forward, looking for Window. Takes a good mark. Had a good game today, lining up for a third. Had her difficulties in front of goal last week. But as far as I can remember, she's been very good today. Kicks a third and doing the side proud as well. 72-point lead. The Swans again winning in the ruck. And although we do have Matilda Schultz, who's probably one of the best rucks in the AFLW, if I'm not mistaken, because of her nerfed height, we are at a serious disadvantage in the ruck a lot of the times. We've had to play her in other positions to make her more viable in our side. As Privatelli lines up for a third. Puts it through, and the Swans get one late. And there's the final siren. Not a lot of play after that last goal. But we get our second win of the year out in Sydney. We ended up winning by 66 points. 5 goals to 4 after halftime to our advantage. Actually, it was 5 goals 6. So had we kicked a little bit straighter, we probably would have been in a lot better position. But the Swans were really competitive in that second half. Really, really good job. We led the disposals a lot of the way. Actually, they had more kicks than us, but we had a lot more handballs. Tahau had 4 goals in the first quarter, and I don't think she touched it after that. I think she had 59 AFL fantasy in the first quarter, had 6 for the rest of the game. Piper Window was outstanding. Privatelli and Grundon both kicked 3 for the Swans. A few multiple goal kickers for us, but most of all, we won the game. Let's sing that song. And the BOG for today is Piper Window, Sophia Hurley with the 2 votes, and Justine Mills with the 1 vote. Sophia Hurley was very, very good. Had the 23 disposals. I'm surprised Grundon or Privatelli didn't get any votes, even though they were on the losing side. Bogue was also very good, but Piper Window, very, very good once again today. But it's now time to prepare for our AFL qualifying final up against Hawthorn. And unfortunately, we do have a few injuries. Looks like Ollie Wines did pick up an injury in training. Connor Rosie, as we knew, is already out. Now, this game will take place in the next episode because I do think it deserves to be its own standalone thing. Logan Evans will come back for Port Adelaide. He's going to come in for Ollie Wines. Who's going to play in the midfield? I don't know. We'll obviously have to look at that in a minute. I think Lockie Jones obviously have to come out of being a sub position. We might put Jace Burgoyne in the guts. Jones can be on a wing. Rosie's obviously going to have to come out. And Mead, I suppose, can come in. Is there anybody else that I desperately want to come into the side? I don't believe so. And Zach Butters will be the captain, of course, filling in for Connor Rozee. If we have a quick look at our inbox, Todd Marshall has returned from his injury. Ollie Wines has picked up a calf strain in training, unfortunately. So our next game will be, or our next video, I should say, will be the qualifying final up against Hawthorn. We know how much we dislike Hawthorn. One of our objectives for the season is win a final. For that, we get $550,000 towards our available funds. And off camera, one thing I did do, if I can have a look, is I did upgrade our facilities. I did upgrade the medical facilities. I can't remember if I had, what's the word I'm looking for? Mentioned this on camera before, but I have upgraded that. So a whole chunk of our money was put into this, about $1.5 million. This is something that I'm just going to upgrade over the course of the series. It's not something, well, it's something that does actually take quite a few seasons to upgrade. The next one I'll probably do will be the turf of our oval, but that won't be for a substantial period of time. But as we can see, Connor Rozee is out with a hamstring injury for 1 week, along with Travis Spoke and Ollie Wines. So going forward, do you have any other injuries that I'm not aware of? We don't. So hypothetically, if we win this game, go straight through to a prelim, everybody will be back. If we lose and we then have to play a semi-final, whoever that will be against, those guys will definitely be back. It just depends on what their fitness levels will be. But that'll be the next episode, guys. Port Adelaide and Hawthorn, Adelaide Oval qualifying final. Thank you very much for watching up until this point. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And until then, I hope you have a lovely day wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you guys then. Bye!